Oof, not the best day at all for the stock market, guys. Let's just dive right into it. We're going to break down the overall markets in this video. We're going to talk about Tesla stock, of course, and we're going to go over what's been going on with some individual stocks that I'm looking at. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. Yep, we have an evening coffee for today's video, guys. And of course, we have some water too. Don't forget to stay hydrated, and let's just dive right into the video. So we had the S&P 500 today closed down 1.2% as the Russell went down 1.6, Dow down 1.1, and the NASDAQ 1.3% in the red. So pretty much down over 1% all across the board today as the VIX went up as well. The metals even went down, silver down 2%, gold down 0.6%. So let's just break it down. We had a downtrend pretty much all day throughout the day today on the intraday chart. You guys can see SPY went from about 383 in the morning, and it actually pumped right when the markets opened from 381 to 383. Then it went down pretty much all the way to 376 at close. So that is an intraday drop of almost 2%. So yeah, the bears really dominated today, obviously, and they took the lows out from yesterday, which those lows were right around, what was that? 379, 380 roughly. So we took that low out. And clearly now on the 20-day chart, we're at a fresh low, I believe, right? Actually, no, we're about to test a fresh, maybe break, down to a fresh low, which is going to happen if we break under 375, 374.77 to be exact, which you guys can see that was the low from the 22nd of this month. So if we do break under that point, which my alert right now is set at 375, we're going to have some more downside on SPY, in my opinion. And triple Q today, if I pull the intraday up, and mind you, this just hit under 260 bucks today, unbelievable. If we pull this up and look, we can see triple Q started off the day at $265. That was, well, it didn't start the day there, but that's the intraday high. It got there at about, not even 5 minutes in, and a couple minutes after, actually more like 15 minutes after the opening bell, we hit roughly 265, and it was pretty much downhill from that point. We then hit 259 at nearly the close, roughly the close of the day, and that was a drop of over 2% on triple Q. So yeah, not the best look for this, and the fact that we took the lows out from not only yesterday but the past couple of days, this is pretty much on a one-stop shop or one-way ticket, whatever you want to call it, to the lows from a couple months ago, which were 255. And my alert is at 255. If that point ends up breaking, we're going to have a lot more downside, in my opinion. So big day, big red day today, big day for the bears. VIX creeped up, even though the VIX is still, the crazy thing is, guys, this is actually pretty wild. SPY in the past couple of weeks is down about 8-9%. It's not crazy, but it's a decent chunk. 8-9%, right? Triple Q in the past couple of weeks is down about 14%. The Russell is down, probably around the same 14, 15. Actually, no, not even 9%. So roughly the same as the S&P. And the VIX is still in the low 20s. That's crazy to me. I feel like, honestly, I would have thought the VIX would be in the mid-high 20s at this point. But no, VIX is still in the low 20s. It didn't have that crazy of a green day today, only 22 points. Only a 2% green day for the VIX. It's at 22 points right now. So, yeah, I mean, it's still pretty low on the yearly chart, which leads me to believe, there could be some more volatility to come, heading into this new year. I'm being very cautious. I'm being honest, guys. The VIX, being at a low point here like we've seen, it's bounced pretty much every time it's gone to the 18, 20, 22 range. That's where it's at now. So I'm being very, very cautious, about that. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't gotten your 20 stocks from Moomoo yet, you can get up to 20 stocks, each up to $2,000. Just use that link down below. Read all the details, guys. And if you want 12 stocks from Webull, also linked down below. And with that being said, enjoy your free money. And by the way, full disclosure, all those links down below help out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. With that being said, let's talk about some stocks. I have some stocks here, and I do want to mention, excuse me. Geez, guys, I'm even though I have the water here, I'm slacking on the hydration today. I'm not going to lie. Stay hydrated, though. Oops, I spilled some here almost on my laptop. But, yeah, where was I? We're going to talk about airlines in this video before we dive actually into Tesla. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I've been talking a lot about Tesla recently because, of course, it's been making some of the most crazy moves out of any stock out there. But for this video, we're going to start off with airlines, which we've had a lot of news regarding one particular airline, which is Southwest, ticker symbol LUV. And I'm not sure if you guys know or knew or were aware of the winter storm that we had pretty much all across at least the East Coast. I mean, here in the United States. If you guys are out of the United States, obviously you didn't experience it, but well, it wasn't really a winter storm where we got a ton of snow everywhere. I mean, here in New Jersey, we didn't really get any snow, but it got extremely cold. It got down to like 5 degrees with the wind chill here, which is not normal for New Jersey. I can tell you that. So because of that, we had a lot of airlines cancel a lot of flights, and Southwest was the company that canceled the most flights out of all these airlines. So yeah, they ended up canceling more than 8,000 flights between December 22nd and December 26th, which is insane. And the airline announced that it would not be able to reschedule these flights for the impacted customers until after December 31st. So pretty much, as we get into the new year. And according to FlightAware, 62%, this is insane here. This stat is insane. 62% of Southwest flights were canceled on December 28th, that's today, the highest rate among both domestic and international airlines. In comparison, JetBlue and Spirit, the nearest U.S.-based airlines on the list, saw only 3 and 4% of their flights canceled on Wednesday, respectively. That should say something, guys. Just that alone should say something. And this is, it was so bad to the point where the CEO, I forget his name, but the CEO was on Twitter. He posted a public apology video. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but it was on Twitter. We're not going to really get into that in this video, but yeah, it was bad. 8,000 flights were canceled between the 22nd and the 26th, and the stock price has just been annihilated, guys. This stock price has just been annihilated in the past couple of days. It was at $37 back on the 21st about a week ago. Now it's at $32. In just a week, the stock is down 13%. That is bad. Today alone, over 5% red day. Over 5%. I mean, that's rough. And from the beginning of this month, we're talking the 5th of this month. Well, really, it was just the early days of December. The stock was at $40. Again, we're now at $32. It is down $8 in the course, throughout the course of this month. In other words, it is down 20%, putting it in a bear market. Now, it was already in a bear market, but essentially it just got into another bear market, going down 20%. So LUV, if I had to guess, guys, sure, we could see a short-term bounce back, relief rally. You could always make an argument when a stock is extremely oversold. There's a, falling knife pattern, which is what this is. You could always make an argument it might relief rally back a little bit. But overall, if I had to guess in a couple months from now where this would be, we're probably going to take the lows out. By the looks of it, this is going down to take the lows out, which are at about $30 from, October. That's my take. What do you guys think? I'd love to know your thoughts, as always, down below. LUV is not looking good at all. And a lot of, other airlines aren't looking good either. Delta Airlines now, slowly starting to turn for the worse here. We're under the moving averages. We have failed at $35, $36 clearly, which has been a resistance for a couple months. We failed at there, at that point again. We have a death cross under the moving averages. This, to me, it's on the brinks of falling under $30 a share. Now, it didn't do as bad as LUV did today, but it still had about a 3% red day. Another one here is United Airlines, ticker symbol UAL. This thing went down about 2.4 on the day, and overall in the past couple of weeks, it is down throughout the course of this month about 19%. So essentially all these airline stocks, guys, are down 20% throughout the course of this month. Now, it's not as bad as Tesla, which is down almost 50%, but still, they're getting demolished. A lot of these airline stocks are getting fleeced at this point in time, guys. And mentioning, I just mentioned Tesla. Speaking of Tesla, let's pull it up and see what ended up happening. So today, believe it or not, which I'm honestly not that surprised, considering how red it's been. I mean, at some point, it's going to have a green day. We had a green day. Tesla had a green day, 3.3% today, went to about $112. But to be honest, even though we had a green day, I would still argue today was a dominant day for the bears, considering how deep the sell-off got in the morning. Maybe not, during the day of trading today, but in the pre-market, Tesla was down to $104, guys. I mean, that is insane, considering yesterday in the pre-market it was over 120 bucks. So 24 hours later, it is at $104. This thing took out the lows by a long shot today in the pre-market. And think about this. I mean, yesterday pre-market, it was at 125 bucks. We hit 104. That is a roughly 17% drop day over day, pre-market over pre-market. 17% drop, essentially a fresh bear market in just a day. These movements are ridiculous. I mean, we all know that at this point. This is not a surprise. These moves are unbelievable. So at this point, the way Tesla is looking, sure, it had a green day, but we took the lows out. Bears, pretty much dominated in the morning, and they're still in, control, considering Tesla is under the 50 SMA, well under the 180 SMA on the 20-day chart here, and my alert's at 120, which, sure, if we break 120, maybe we start to get some more upside from there, but we're not showing any signs of that. In fact, if I pull the intraday up, you guys can see, remember that head and shoulders I talked about in my previous video? That ended up, not fully playing out, but it held true for the rest of the day. We failed at the neckline. You guys can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. The neckline's right around 113.14. So yeah, this is intact. And again, going back to that 20-day chart, we're still clearly under the moving averages. Bears are still intact. So what do you guys think about Tesla? I mean, this sure had a good day, but the Bears are still 100% control. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Now let's talk about another one here that I'm looking at, which is AZO, also known as AutoZone. This had a 0.3% green day today, $7 green day, not too bad. And we do arguably have a head and shoulders here, and the next stock on the list, which is O'Reilly, pretty much the same thing, right? These are competitors, guys. What we can see here is, and the charts look very, very similar, as you all can see. We can see, arguably, well, it's not arguable. It's pretty much pretty clear, right? We have a head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. AutoZone's is a bit more lopsided than O'Reilly's, but both of them are head and shoulders. And you can see here, we're right at the neckline on O'Reilly, which is at about 850 bucks a share. We closed a little bit under that, and this inked out a 78 cents green day, guys, a whopping 0.1% green day. If this breaks out of 850, I'll set my alert there right now. We could be taken out, or at least going up to that 870 high, which is the head and shoulders here. So yeah, watch your eyes, or watch the neckline, which is at 850 here, and on AutoZone, going back to that, it is at about, I'd say, I mean, this is lopsided, so it's a little bit harder to tell, but I'd argue, right around 2475, more like 2500. I'm going to put my alert here at 2500 on AutoZone. If that breaks, we're probably going to be testing that 26, maybe even higher than that, 2600 plus. So AutoZone, AZO, and O'Reilly, ORLY. And I also want to talk about Activision Blizzard, guys, which today went up 0.3%, closed at 76 bucks, not too bad. And we're noticing here a bounce today over the 50 SMA, and we also closed above it. And you can see here, if I pull up, or not even pull up a new time frame, but zoom out a bit, which I just did, you guys can see the lows from back in the end of April were right around 75 bucks. Also from the middle of July, right around 75 bucks. And guess what? We just bounced over 75 bucks. We close over that 50 SMA. So if I had to guess, I'm speculating here, but this could fill the gap now to 77.50, 78 bucks, maybe even higher. Now, if it breaks $78, it is going to be at a multi-month high. Keep that in mind, guys. And we're not there yet, but it's something that I'm watching moving forward here. So I'm looking at it initially now from, this. It's trading in this little window, so I'm looking at it here in this $1.50 window. Then if it's able to break $78, and a further breakout could be coming from there. And have you guys seen Moderna? This thing is down. It went down today 2%, and it's been down the past couple of days about 16%. So Moderna now is getting pretty oversold. It's right by the 180 SMA, and granted, it did close a little bit under the 180 SMA, but we'll see if buyers do come in here to hold a higher low and maybe get this thing back towards $200 again, because now it's a little bit under 200. It's at 175 rather. So if we start pushing 180, 185, 200 again, I'll set my alert at 185 right now. Mark is that we're above. There could be further upside on Moderna. So I like it. It's not showing any signs of a breakout yet, but it's pretty oversold. Uptrend still intact. Let's see how it plays out. And another one that's very similar to Moderna here is PDD, which is a Chinese company. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Is it Pinduoduo? Pinduoduo? Actually, wait a second. Pinduoduo? That makes sense. Pinduoduo, right, guys? Please correct me in the comments. It's probably wrong. I mean, yeah, it's probably wrong. But either way, Pinduoduo today went down 4.5%, and it's one of those Chinese stocks that's been doing very well. I mean, it tripled up from $30 to $90. That was over the course of this year pretty much. Not even the whole year, though. That it hit $30 back in May. It just hit $90 here in the middle of December. That's 7 months there. So, now it's down from $93 to $81. It's down 14%. We're right now by the 180 SMA. Guys, listen, if we do end up seeing buyers come right here, come right around the 78, 80 mark, which we're, right around there now, but we're not getting the full confirmation of the bounce. But if we do get that break up above, let's say $83, $82, this could really start gearing up for a move back towards that 90 level, maybe even higher than 90. So PDD, you got to watch it. Moderna, Activision, O'Reilly, AutoZone, all these stocks, and of course, the almighty Tesla, which at this point, let's go back to Tesla. Let's wrap back around. Do you guys remember I was talking about Tesla a month or two ago before this crash happened, and I was saying that it could go to 100, 120, 125, where we are now. And a lot of people were like, Stas, what are you talking about? You're nuts. I'm not saying I predicted this to a T. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm not saying, bow down to Stas. Oh, he's great. All I'm saying is, in these markets that we've been, have we not seen crazy freaking unexpected crap happen over the past couple of years? So that, going through the past couple of years has opened my eyes to the fact that, holy crap, things that you do not expect are going to happen can and they will happen. And that's why I always have an open mind to the fact that in the bear market that we're in right now, crazy stocks like Tesla, although they have a very big cult following, they could still get nailed. And we've learned that throughout the course of this month. I mean, it's been nailed. It was nailed already heading into this month, but it got way worse. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, like I said, anything could happen, it gets worse. So at this point, if I pull up the 3-year, Tesla is now under the range. Remember when I was making those videos talking about where it could be going? The range, one of the ranges I was talking about was between 120 to about 140-ish, which is where it was in the middle towards the end of 2020. Now we've broken under that point. Clear as day. We've broken under that point. And at this point now, we're dealing with this range from the middle. This was in June, July of 2020, right around 90, 95, 100, 110, 115. Now we're in that range. This could go under 100, guys. In other words, in the short term, no doubt about it. And another thing, let me toot my horn one more time, guys, even though I'm not trying to be, arrogant or anything like that. You guys know I'm not like that. But did we not call this head and shoulders out? I mean, we called this out months ago when Tesla was at probably well over $200. We were calling this out. And now it's pretty much playing out completely. The right shoulder could have a lot more down, more ways to go. Could go to 75, could go to 80, could go to 85. So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and check out my Patreon if you guys want my daily charts, if you want exclusive content, more access to me throughout the day, kind of just what's on my mind. I'm writing a bunch of stuff on Patreon. There's a lot of changes coming in 2023. If you guys want to be a part of it, check it out. Link down below. You could also get your stocks from Webull, Moomoo, all those down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.